Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Austin Knight. In this video, I'm going to be going over why letting go of your ex is the strongest and best thing you can do. Let's get right into it. So if you know my story at all, or have heard or listened to any of my videos, you know I went through a divorce last year in 2023, and it was one of the hardest things I have ever went through. And there's been some challenges. There's been a lot of tests since then. It was even before, our divorce got finalized. My ex-wife was pregnant with someone else. The guy she left me for, she left me for this guy. We were still going through a divorce. It was kind of a messy divorce. And she found out over the last summer, that she was pregnant with twins. And I didn't find out until December. And it was so weird because it was after she spent the night at my house. I got my own place in December for myself and my son. I let her spend the night at my house with our son because she thought she was sick. And really, she was sick probably from being pregnant. And I just remember, really, she was sick from being pregnant, but I let her stay. She stayed on the couch. And I just remember it was really a good night. We spent some time together. It was good. And our son enjoyed that time of seeing both of his parents together as well. And I just remember the next morning, for whatever reason, I was feeling, I just want to have that proof. Like, she was over at my house. I don't know why. I remember I had this conversation with her before she was leaving with our son. And she was basically talking about how her boyfriend was like jealous of her and I's like relationship. And I thought that was weird because, we were married and, we're co-parenting now. And this is the guy, she left me for and all this. And I just thought it was really strange how this guy's jealous of me. She just seemed really sad. It was kind of weird. Like, I don't know. He didn't seem like a good boyfriend. And so that didn't make me feel good, And so after she left, I felt like that was really weird, like a really weird conversation we had at the end there. And I basically sent him a picture of her car at my house and said, just along the lines of like, looks like you need to be a better boyfriend. And he called me. I was going out to my grandparents, and he called me and was just kind of curious, like if we were getting back together, like what was going on. And I'm like, no. And then it basically came out that she was 6 months pregnant with twins, and he thought they were his, but he wasn't sure and all that. And so it was just so shocking to find out that my ex-wife, who I still loved, and I'd spent basically all of 23 like trying to move on from, let go of, was pregnant with twins. And she had multiple opportunities to tell me, and she still hadn't told me. I had to find out from the guy. And so it was just really weird, and it sucked. It almost felt like it was closure in a way. Then March came along, and she was due to have these twins in March. And I remember they were having problems, and she was, being a lot nicer to me, talking to me a lot. It just seemed like she always was FaceTiming me or calling me. I remember she ended up coming over a few nights, spending the night. It was at least a few nights she came over and spent the night. It was really messing with my head because she wasn't really communicating like what was going on, like what she wanted and all this. And that led into an argument. She ended up leaving my house. And that was the last time she spent the night. And I just remember, she said she really didn't know what she wanted. And that's why she couldn't tell me. She just didn't know. And I was obviously hopeful that things were going to be different. Maybe, she was really wanting to move in with me, or she really still cared about me in that way. And she said she basically wanted to see if she could get to that point again of loving me. And I thought that was weird. So that was March. She ended up having the twins. I ended up meeting someone else. It went good. And then it wasn't good. It was like a month thing, if you want to call it that. And I think it was kind of trying, like that person got placed into my life to help me kind of move on from her a little bit more. It didn't last very long, but it was nice. And then, so the summer, mostly just the summer, just working out a lot, spending time with my family. And it's been a journey. And, there's been a lot of hard days, a lot of days that are just, that suck kind of because, if you love this person and you never wanted to spend a day without them, it's not easy. There's going to be highs and lows all the time. But when you really let go, even though you love them, there's like something that happens. It's like a switch that happens. You just want better for yourself. It's like you're not putting so much energy on them and you're putting it on something else. You're putting it on your goals and your purpose. And that's what I've been mostly focused on, you know, just trying to be better, trying to be healthier, cooking more, you know, just spending more time with my son. I do that anyway, but just kind of being more present, you know, working on my body more, really putting together more of a plan to get to the point of being financially free, which is something I really want. You know, I want to be able to take care of my son, my family, and travel, do what I want to do. I want to make an impact on this world. And when you have big goals for yourself, you can't really have your mind on things that just don't matter anymore, that just aren't relevant. See, I mean, it's when you're living in the past and you're wanting someone back, it's not good for you mentally and emotionally. It's just going to set you back. You're just going back. And, you know, I love my ex. I really do. I would do anything for her. It's just, I don't know where I seen this, but it was something somebody said, like every day that they're not with you is another day of them choosing not to be with you. So if they really wanted you that bad, then they would be with you. They would let you know. And that's just something like with females. When they really want someone, they really care about someone, they're going to do whatever they can to make that happen. They ain't going to let nothing get in the way of them and you, you know, getting back together. And I just think that's something I'm still struggling with, still learning from. And, you know, that's kind of the point of me making these videos, you know, just on my perspective of what it's been like, you know, going through a divorce and healing and letting go and just growing as a person, growing as a man, as a father, and, you know, really trying to find that balance of co-parenting. And, you know, it's a struggle because, you know, there's a lot of times you think like what if this happens, or like maybe we can get back together. You know, it's like a constant struggle. You never really know if it's strictly just as a co-parent or if it's, you know, there's a little bit something more. But I just think it's super important when you let go. I think it's really the best thing for you because, you know, you start to not think about all the other stuff. You let go, you're focusing on other stuff, and you kind of just let things play out how they're supposed to. Because if you're sitting there thinking, you know, contemplating everything, you're emotional, you know, you want this to happen, you want them that bad, it almost repels them, or it almost makes them not want to come back to you. But when you're focused on leveling up, being a better person, accomplishing all your goals, and you're just focused on your purpose, it's almost like things happen just naturally. And in the end, you're not going to lose because you're not worried about all these things that are really out of your control. You're more focused on things that are in your control, you know, being a better person, working on your fitness, you know, what you put in your body, you know, putting in the actual steps to be successful, build wealth, build real income, you know, a real generational wealth for your family and your kids if you have them. And that's just what I'm trying to get across in this video. I mean, it's not easy, you know, it's really not easy having to talk to someone that you still have a lot of feelings for. It's not, but you got to kind of just deal with it. And if they're not with you right now, then that means they're not choosing you. They don't want you that bad. And you really need to put your time and energy elsewhere where it really matters. And, you know, more often than not, an ex is an ex for a reason. If they chose to leave you, that's their loss. And it's up to you to become a better person and grow and do everything you can to be the best version of yourself and as successful as possible. And, you know, maybe eventually they'll come around, but I wouldn't bet on it. I would just stay focused, do what you got to do, and you can let them miss you, let them regret that decision of leaving you, of not really wanting to try with you. And, you know, it's gonna work out in your favor in the long run because you're focused on your purpose and on just becoming a better person. So yeah, I just want to make this video real quick on why letting go is really the best thing you can do. And I really think it is. Guys, you know, ladies out there, anybody going through a breakup or a divorce, it's hard. It's easier said than done because it took me a while and it's something I'm still growing and learning from. But when you start to get the hang of it, you start to, you know, figure out what you really want out of life, and you're busy, you're focused on everything you want to do. You're basically taking the steps, the little things every day. It all matters. You know, you may not be able to see it right now, but it does matter. And that's just an important thing. It's a lot better than wasting your time and energy on someone who just really don't want you or don't really care about you. And in the end, they left you. So, you shouldn't try to give them any more time or energy or nothing, because they, maybe you even tried to fix things with them. And like me, like I tried for a while to fix things and it didn't matter. So why should I have to waste any more time and energy, when I could just build myself up, work on myself a lot, build an amazing life for myself and my son. And then, whatever happens, that happens after that. If she decides she really wants to come back and she loves me, that's something I want in that moment, then obviously then that'll happen. But it's basically, you can't lose. It's a win-win situation. You're going to build yourself up, and regardless of if they come back or not, you build yourself up. You've done and accomplished, what you want to do, what you want out of life. And even if they don't come back or whatever, maybe you got someone a lot better. And you have all this success and money, and you're built, you're jacked, and you're healthy, and you just learn so much about life and yourself in this experience without them. So it's really up to you in the end, whether you really want them back or not. It's just, you got to get to that point where you're actually doing something. Because if you're just trying to get them back and you're only focused on them, you're not leveling up. You're basically the same. And in the end, it's not going to attract them back to you. So whether you want them back or not, the key is to let go. The best thing you can do is let go. It's only going to help you out so much more in the end. So I just want to say thank you. If you are watching this, I really hope this helped you out. And please please comment your thoughts, or if there's any sort of video you'd like me to make. And I'll talk to you in the next video. I hope you have a great day.